Morning, everybody. Thank you for being here this morning to receive this check that God has put in forth for us, and everyone do the right thing with it, and may it go a long way and bless us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawrence. May we also acknowledge the arrival of Minister Kajou. Please be seated. Minister of Sport and Community Development and Member of Parliament for Tobago West and the Commission's Line Minister, the Honourable Shamfa Kajou, representatives of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, His Worship the Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Junior Regrello, Chairman of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Anthony Campbell, Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Elroy Julian, Senior Project Officer of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Gary Romaine, members of staff of the Commission, grant recipients gathered here today, members of the media, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grant distribution ceremony for the San Fernando and South and Environs area today at the San Fernando City Hall. I'm Kerry Ann Joseph, Corporate Communications Officer at the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, and I will guide you through this morning's handover. In light of COVID-19, while today's event is of highest importance, it will be a short program, and we will take the following precautions. Masks must be worn at all times. Remember to practice social distancing. There'll be no handshakes, no loitering, and we ask that you kindly take a moment to switch your cell phones to silent or vibrate right now. Recipients, while we see just about 15 of you in the formal ceremony this morning, we must let you know that there are 45 persons who will be receiving grants today at staggered times later on in the day. Also, please be advised that you must take your purchase order to the assigned hardware immediately so that the hardware can deliver materials in a quick time. Under no circumstances should any changes be made to the materials on the purchase order with the hardware. If a change is required, please bring in your purchase order along with a new quote to our office, and we will make the necessary changes. If changes are made without our consent, we will not be responsible to pay for such changes. Officers will be monitoring receipt of the materials and the usage of it. At this point in the program,
well, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. We are here live at City Hall, where the National Commission for Self-Help Limited will be distributing grants to members of the South community today at North Seaside, where the chairman of the self-help community will be giving his live address.
Thank you, Chairperson of today's proceedings, the Honourable Shamfa Kajou, Minister of Sports and Community Development and Member of Parliament for Tobago West, and of course our very own Line Minister, His Worship Mayor Junior Regrello, Minister's support staff, our very own Chairman, Mr. Anthony Campbell, staff at the Commission, grant recipients, members of the media, good morning. It is my esteemed pleasure to once again return to City Hall to distribute grants to deserving families of San Fernando and environs. Mayor Regrello, once again, the Commission is indeed happy to be in your company. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to draw from Tony Robbins when he said, "Don't limit your challenge, challenge your limits. Each day we must strive for constant and never-ending improvement." At the National Commission for Self-Help, we strive to improve on our work and keep our mission and the nature of our business in full view. We see opportunity in every difficult situation, especially when communities are affected by either some form of natural disaster and or fire. We have intervened to bring relief to you and your family. Ladies and gentlemen, you would have heard or read in the print media, or perhaps heard from my line minister or my chairman when they said that the recent inclement weather impacted many homes across Trinidad and Tobago, and as a consequence, the Commission had to conduct a rapid assessment of the damages such that grants can be approved for those most affected. We are pleased to report to you today that several persons and families have already received grants in the northeastern and southern areas of this country. We have had to accelerate our processes to ensure that materials are quickly provided so that several affected persons can start repairing their roofs. We are committed to expanding the access to our services through partnerships which we have forged with other agencies. For example, just this week we would have entered into a memorandum of understanding with Habitat for Humanity to build, rehabilitate, and preserve homes. I am pleased to state that the activities which Habitat for Humanity engage in are in alignment with our mission and vision. Together, we will bring people together, build homes, communities, and hope. Today, we are distributing grants to 45 families in the sum of $900,000 in South Trinidad. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past month, we have accelerated our delivery to the vulnerable. We are saying to grant recipients that we are here to support them during this challenging time. All these favorable outcomes would not have been possible without the assistance of our distinguished line minister, the Honorable Shamfa Kojo. We are grateful for your stewardship. To my chairman and board of directors, I thank you for the improved governance at the Commission. To my team, permit me to commend each and every one of them for their steadfastness in ensuring that we deliver on our promise. To our grant recipients, you are now able to repair your home and restore it. You are now positioned to improve your standard of living and give your family hope for better days ahead. Go forth and rebuild your home and your community and your lives. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, CEO Elroy Julian, for always leading the Commission in the direction of bringing relief and empowering citizens across Trinidad and Tobago. Please give him a round of applause once more.
That you are really listening to.
I now invite Chairman of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Anthony Campbell, to bring you remarks. Please welcome him.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson. Minister of Sport and Community Development and Member for Tobago West, and our own Commission Line Minister, the Honorable Shamfa Kojo, representatives of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development here this morning, His Worship, the Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Junior Rigalo, Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission for Self-Help, Mr. Elroy Julian, Senior Project Officers of the National Commission of Self-Help, Mr. Gary Romain and Mr. Bobby Yakub, members of the staff at the Commission, grant recipients gathered here today, members of the media, good morning. When we couldn't control the situation brought on by the inclement weather, we at the National Commission for Self-Help Limited proceeded to challenge ourselves as to how we respond to the situations in our various communities. Our team went into affected areas and executed our plans to bring quick relief to the needy. And we have been delivering. So that when the Newsday print media reported on September 9th, 2021, that in 1 month, the National Commission for Self-Help Limited distributed over $3 million worth of grants to over 200 families, what are they really saying? Or what are they really trying to say? I think that they are saying that in the circumstances where resources are limited, that we have been able to do so much. We have been able to stringently assess those who are in greatest need and have tried to assist them in the best way possible. Particularly those affected by the recent inclement weather, and we are hoping to do more for the vulnerable. 2 days ago, our line minister would have indicated to recipients that this is not just a grant to fix your home. It is about rebuilding, repositioning, and relaunching so as to start on a strong platform. It is about investing in our people such that they can have comfortable living conditions and they can continue to enjoy a standard of living and empower the members of their communities to do the same. I wish to thank the Minister for these encouraging words. I also wish to thank her for her leadership of this commission, our ministry, and her stewardship to the country. It is undoubtedly a labor of love. To the Board of Directors at the National Commission, this hard-working CEO and the team, his team at the Commission, I wish to extend my sincere thanks to you for your dedicated services to the communities. To you, the grant recipients, I encourage you to embrace the opportunity which you have been given to rebuild, reposition, and to relaunch. And I assure you that in so doing, you would overcome the adversity which you faced. I just want to remind you that at the Commission, we have done our endeavor best to be of service to you. And we wish that you would do the same to be of service, to return that compliment, to be of service to others. So what I'm asking you is that when you receive your voucher this morning, that you would go to your hardware almost immediately. Redeem the hardware, the voucher for the materials. The hardware would in turn invoice the National Commission for the amount of the materials which they have given to you. The Commission would then send that invoice on to the line ministry, who would in turn send it on to the Ministry of Finance, and then we would get reimbursement for the money spent on you today, so that we'd have a further tranche of money to facilitate another batch of recipients just as you. You have been waiting a long time, most likely, but remember, your performances today would hasten our delivery to other participants. So please go to your hardwares almost immediately, redeem your invoices so that the process can be continued. I also want to advise you that should you be shortchanged, as in many cases it has happened, by the hardware, and materials which you had ordered were not delivered, but you were shortchanged with those materials, please immediately get in touch with the Commission. We have a workforce of some dedicated and competent workers, and they would be out to your premises almost immediately to ensure that the materials you received have been in accordance with the vouchers which you have given to the hardware. In addition to which, I just want to remind you that should you have any variations to your work, any changes in the nature of your works, please do not just undertake it. Before undertaking it, come into the office again. Let our project officers come out and verify the changes, and they have the expertise to advise you on the best way forward. And then we would be held culpable for the performance of your project. So please, go to your hardwares, and if any variations on your job whatsoever, please inform the Commission before you undertake it. And in so doing, you'd assist us to get further monies to carry out further distributions as this morning and shorten the waiting time of the recipients. Ladies and gentlemen, may God bless you all, and may God bless Trinidad and Tobago. I wish to thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chairman Anthony
From the
Campbell,
chairman
of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited,
Commission
for reminding us this
Self-Help
morning
Limited.
of
And
of
we're
just
going to
how
continue to
important
tell you that we are here at
is
San Fernando City Hall, where we're bringing you a live broadcast on the self-help distribution of checks to people who were adversely disadvantaged by the inclement weather. So we go back now to stateside, where we're going to hear from the worship, my mayor of San Fernando, the mayor of San Fernando, Trinidad. So I'm taking you stateside now, where Junior Riquello, the mayor of San Fernando.
Madam Minister, the pleasure is mine once more to accommodate you as we embarked on another exercise in extending grants and assistance to families so deserving and who have had difficulties in recent time. Permit me to also welcome members of the head table and members of your ministry to the warm city of San Fernando as we continue this exercise here this morning. The concept of self-help started back in 1987 by the ministry, but it really has its origin in the community, where the concept started many, many years ago, where, for instance, as an example, my grandparents, they were building a Baptist church in Vistabella in San Fernando, and my grandmother, who is from Tobago, Mother Minister, would bubble a huge pot under 3 stones, and my grandfather would invite members of the family, members of the community, and they will all come and contribute to the construction. And in a matter of weeks, that church was completed. That concept continued over years within the community, where houses were being built by relatives, family members, members of the community, those with skill sets who had a contribution to make. And what we have seen over the years, that concept of self-help and helping each other, and that being a brother's keeper, has gone through the window. We need to look at that culture, because that's what this concept is based on, working together, helping each other. Maybe we need to return to that concept where we work together as a community, as people to help. What that does, it eliminates the pressure, the stress, the cost factor, and you have more, you could do more with less. I want to commend the minister this morning and her team, and by extension the government of Trinidad and Tobago, for this contribution that's being made here today, and this investment in you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago who are experiencing these challenges. It is not an entitlement, it is really an investment in you. I want to congratulate all of you who are receiving this gift here this morning, this grant, and advise, as have been advised by others who spoke here this morning, to spend it and do it wisely. Congratulations once more, and you look forward to how you deal with the challenges of the storms, that the case may be, that will turn havoc on you and your homes. So you have a responsibility to invest your money wisely. I also want to say to you, recently I visited a community that was developed by the state, and I was amazed how what I saw in the beginning and how it has deteriorated and what it looks like now. You have a pride you have a responsibility to take care of your home and have some taste and understanding of what needs to be done. In a short space of time, communities start to look very much like a ghetto, very, very shabby. You don't require a whole sort of money, you start to have some taste and some appreciation for your home. So I want to make this plea here this morning. Whatever investment you have to make, how you have to spend your money, come up with a concept. Make your home look nice, because your children will have a sense of pride in doing those things. You have a responsibility as parents to set example for your children. Congratulations this morning on what you have to receive, and please spend it wisely. Thank you.
Okay, Trinity, because you just heard from the Mayor of San Fernando, Mr. Junior Regrello, and he would have extended some real good advice to the citizens today who are receiving their grants on behalf of self-help. So today again we are here at City Hall in San Fernando, where the National Commission for Self-Help Limited is distributing checks to the purchases of South Trinidad and Tobago. From what I heard earlier on, there's close to about 45 persons who should be getting their grants today. So I'm going to take you now back to stateside, where the line minister, Ms. Shamfa Kojo, is about to address the purchases today.
Madam Chair. A hearty good morning to everyone. I want to recognize His Worship, the Mayor, Junior Regrello. A hearty good morning to you, and thank you for having us. Our Chairman of the Board of Directors at the National Commission for Self-Help, Mr. Anthony Campbell. Thank you for the work that you have been doing and your commitment to providing assistance to our people throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and of course our hardworking CEO of the National Commission for Self-Help, Mr. Elroy Julian. Other members of staff at the National Commission of Self-Help, the main office and the district offices, I want to thank you for the outstanding work that you have been doing. I want to say a hearty good morning to the recipients of the grants this morning, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and thank you for taking the time out to be here. Now, Mayor Regrello took me down path in memory lane. As a Tobagonian, I remember this whole principle of lend hand, or as we call it, lend a hand, where you would bubble a pot and buy drinks and so on, and your friends would help you build or repair. I'm from Bethel Village in Tobago, and the men in our community built the houses in my street. I could speak about that. It's unfortunate that those practices are not as popular, not as practiced as they were back then. And it is on that principle that self-help was created in the 1980s, so that we provide the material to help you to rebuild your lives, to help you with your repairs and your refurbishment, and you would get the labor. Today, we are far from that, and I think that Mayor Regrello bringing that topic up this morning calls on us to check ourselves as a people, calls on us to check ourselves as families, as members of families, where your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncles and so on could join in and assist in building that home or in providing labor or whatever contributions. And it calls on us to look at community development and what it has become now, and what are we putting into making ourselves better, making our communities better, and building our nation. All of us like to say we are for Trinidad and Tobago, we are working for Trinidad and Tobago, but it starts with each and every one of us in your homes, in your families, in your communities. So I want to encourage us to check ourselves once again and look out for each other, your family, your community, and your country. We all have a role to play. It's not about the government only. In 1987, when self-help was created, it was described as an important cog in the state to provide assistance to people, to get them on their feet so they'll be less dependent on the government, so that communities will come together and build and strive and work towards making themselves better. And here we are, over 30 years later. Self-help is almost as old as I am, and I think that we have sort of moved away from what self-help was supposed to be. 2 days ago, we signed a memorandum of understanding with Habitat for Humanities towards providing labor to the families who are unable to afford labor. Of course, it wouldn't be extended to every single self-help recipient, but as an MP, I can tell you I know of some senior citizens and people who are disabled who are unable to get the necessary labor to do their building. I hope that we would be compassionate and offer the assistance where necessary to those who need it most, and that those who are able to afford the labor can go ahead and do so. So, as line minister, it is my duty to work diligently with the Self-Help Commission and with the Ministry of Finance to ensure that the financing is available so that we can respond in a timely manner, especially to applicants who have experienced the wrath of natural disasters. COVID-19 pandemic, along with the inclement weather that we've been experiencing lately, have posed its own significant and unique challenges on us as a community, whether it's people who would have lost their jobs, are unable to stretch the dollar as far as they used to, and this weather pattern that is now upon us, it's so unprecedented and unexpected. I recall when we were asked to stay at home earlier, I think it was in about May or June, and self-help, many of the offices were closed. And I called on the CEO and spoke with the CEO, and our priority was to get members of self-help vaccinated so that they can be ready to go out there and to go to the different homes to offer that necessary assistance. So it's not just ODPM or it's not just the healthcare workers, but also you have state agencies readying themselves so that they can come out to offer this necessary assistance to you. We in the Self-Help Commission, we have workers who have been hit by COVID, who are down and out due to COVID, who have been affected by COVID, but we continue to do our work to the best of our ability to provide this assistance to you. So whilst Newsday would have spoken about responding within 1 month, I'm pleased that we have a team at the National Self-Help Commission who's ready and willing to work and to provide the necessary assistance within a short space of time. With that said, I want you to look at this as an opportunity to rebuild your homes, to rebuild your lives, to create a better living condition for yourselves and your families. It's not just about making your homes look good. It's about creating that platform or that environment where you can get your privacy, where you can develop your family and help each member of your family and community towards contributing to the economic growth of Trinidad and Tobago. So it is beyond fixing over your kitchen counter or putting in new windows. It's all government making our very best effort to invest in people, to provide for you that background, that platform, that environment that is needed so that you'll be in a better frame of mind and in a better position to contribute to your own development, to contribute to your children's development. Whatever position we are in today, we want our children to have better and to do better. So this is an investment in you, in your children, in your communities, in your families. So we all have our work to do. I really want to commend the agencies of the state and the different stakeholders, from the self-help project officers who go out to take the pictures and interact with you, all the way to the permanent secretaries in the ministries that ensure that the funding is available. I want to commend them for their work. It's always amazing to see state agencies come to the fore and respond in a timely fashion. 2-3 days ago, we heard about the under-21 hockey players stranded in Chile, and in a matter of days, we worked with Caribbean Airlines, with Sport TT and the Trinidad and Tobago Hockey Board, and right now, all hockey players are en route. They've already boarded the plane in Chile on the way to Panama, and Cal would collect them in pick them up in Panama and bring them to Trinidad and Tobago in a matter of days. So I'm really, really pleased that we have that kind of cooperation taking place at the level of the state. We have our work to do. You have your work to do too. In this time of COVID-19, challenging economic circumstances, it is easy to be in a doomsday type of mindset. But I want to encourage you all that once there is life, there is hope. Many of us would have experienced the inclement weather and damages to our homes, but we still do have life. So I want to encourage you to remain hopeful, to put your hands and heart and these finances towards rebuilding your lives, and do the very best that we can to strengthen our families, our communities, and Trinidad and Tobago. So to all of you, I extend very best wishes. May God bless you. May God bless our nation. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Kajou.
So you just heard it from Minister Shamfa Kajou, the line minister to the National Commission for Self-Help. And I must say that, you know, Ms. Kajou, all the time that I've heard her so far at these events, have really been able to inspire and encourage the recipients today. So we're going to go live back to Seaside, where they're going to be distributing the grants. So remember, we are here live at the City Hall in San Fernando, where the National Commission for Self-Help is giving out the checks to the citizens of the Southern Peninsula of Trinidad and Tobago. So we are live here. I'm going to take you back now where the CEO is going to be distributing the checks. All right? So don't touch your dial. Stick and stay right here on the street. 919 FM.
They can't be react Trinity to the bone. Trinity to the bone. Sweet woman parade abundantly. The brethren they full of energy. Some people say God is a Trinity. Paradise are not convincingly. God gave us a spirit fiery, but nothing in the world will bother we. But look at smart man God will with money. We still come out and smash up the body. Sweet, sweet TNT. Oh, how I love of this country. Sweet, sweet TNT. No place
His Worship the Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Julian Regallo. I now invite the Honorable Shamfa Kaju to assist with this morning's distribution. Please welcome her, ladies and gentlemen. Angela Gopal.
Give praise. Give praise, children, yeah. Give praise. Give praise, children, yeah. Give praise. Give praise, children. Oh, Father, who has given us this house that we can all feel like we're a part of this earthly heaven.
Himchan Benny.
Forgive us this day our daily weakness as we seek to cast on all the burdens of your city.
Hilbert Noel.
Oh, merciful Father, in this bacchanal season when men lose their reason, but most of us just want to wine and have a good time, 'cause we're looking for a night, because we're feeling fine, Lord.
Aikisha Lewis. And Kathy Ann Telesford. Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister Kaju. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the distribution, but before we leave the venue, we are going to have the expression of appreciation delivered by Mr. Gary Romaine, Senior Project Officer, South at the National Commission for Self-Help Limited. Please welcome him.
Minister of Sport and Community Development and Member of Parliament for Tobago West and the Commission's Line Minister, the Honorable Shamfa Kaju. Representatives of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development. His Worship the Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Junior Regallo. Chairman of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Anthony Campbell. Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Elroy Julian. Members of staff at the Commission, grant recipients gathering here today, members of the media. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I am given the opportunity to say thanks, and therefore let me first thank the Almighty God for spared life in this time of a pandemic. With him, all things are possible. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by thanking the CEO of the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, Mr. Elroy Julian, for his opening remarks. I also want to thank him for his continued hard work and commitment to the empowerment of people and communities, thereby easing the hearts and minds of vulnerable citizens. Mr. Anthony Campbell, Chairman of the NCSHL, I thank you for your continued words of encouragement and your leadership at the NCSHL. His Worship, the Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Junior Regallo, I say thanks to you for your uplifting words of inspiration. The Honorable Ms. Shamfa Kaju, Minister of Sport and Community Development, I take the opportunity to thank you for your delivery of the FITI address. It was well received by all. Thank you very much, Minister, and continue the great work you are doing in the ministry and by extension, the country. Ladies and gentlemen, an auspicious event like this requires planning before perfection. With this being expressed, we have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues at the National Commission for Self-Help Limited, who are hardworking and very much result-oriented. I cannot thank everyone enough for their involvement and willingness to take on the completion of these tasks. Once again, thank you all for being here with us to make this occasion a truly memorable one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senior Project Officer, Mr. Gary Romaine. At this point, I invite the members of the head table to take a photo with the grant recipients gathered here today. So members of the head table, if you join us on the ground level, and we'd have just about 3 recipients on either side of the members of the head table.
Okay, Trinidad and Tobago, so there you had it, the distribution of grants to the citizens of the Southwest Peninsula of Trinidad and Tobago, San Fernando really. And we are here live at location at the San Fernando City Hall. And it's a real pleasure and privilege for us to be bringing it live to you here. I hope that you would have listened and, you know, you will be happy for those who have been able to receive their grants today. All right, so here's where I have to sign out and take you back to Master Control, where I know that you are going to continue to enjoy great programming on the street, 919 FM. I am Google signing out and talk to you all in a few. All right, so don't touch your dial. Stick and stay.
Associates. We are located at 7th Avenue North, by the Eastern Main Road, Barataria, beautiful, beautiful Trinidad and Tobago, West Indies. Well, my dear friends, wherever you are this morning, it's this time again where we bring you healthy information and education all about massage therapy and nutrition, how we heal the body naturally by the ways of nature. Okay, it's so beautiful to know that we have what the Creator has given to us, the ways to get persons up and running again, persons walking again, persons seeing again, persons speaking again. And yes, all that and more we perform at Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition. Today is a beautiful day. And this wise, before I get into the program, I would like to say good morning to all the folks who are locked on wherever you are in every part of this globe, this beautiful earth that our Creator has provided for us. Good morning to the folks out there in the UK, Mr. Makano and Susan and Sandra. I would like to say a special good morning to Susan. You know, she has a relative who I'm taking care of here in Trinidad, and she called me yesterday thanking me for bringing that